Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from Emily King.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps.
You both come over? So you want two people to come do manual labor for you for free?
You know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things.
Women are continuing to not realize that men have left the friend zone. The fact that this woman has to come online and ask other women for their husbands.
Not just for their husbands, Emily. They need them too, because they don't even want to do any of the work. They want the husband and the wife to come and do the work for them.
Help. It is because she doesn't have any other men to go to. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I hit play, please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. I don't know about you guys, but I am starting to see more and more videos of women reacting to the fact that they can't find men that they aren't really themselves giving anything to. You know, they're not men that they're interested in romantically. They're barely even friends with these guys, but they expect these men to give, and like be there for them and to do these like man typical things for them without reciprocation. And when these men do not do that, they come on, they make videos on social media and they try to shame these men as not being real men.
Like shame works. Like it used to work, at least. You know, it used to work really well. Now, men don't really care for shame. Women have no shame.
They say things like men used to go to war. They say men used to be made different. They say chivalry is dead. When the reality is that times are different, but that is not because men are doing less than what they should be. What they are doing, most likely, are holding boundaries and looking for more of that partnership with women. I have two video examples to show you guys today. The first video I'm going to show you guys today might look familiar because I have talked about it in the past. It's a woman sitting in the car complaining that she can't get 4 of these guys that she knows to come help her move a huge piece of granite. And she blames that on the fact that she's just not hot enough. Before I say anything more, let's watch the video.
So I just found out that I'm not hot, and this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either, and I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days.
I love how they try to minimize not that far either. You're talking about big slabs of granite, moving it from point A to point B. Who cares how far it is? You're asking for a huge amount of help.
Texting every man I know, can you please come help me move this heavy thing? It's a piece of granite, by the way. I think we can use that as a gauge. Number 1, can you get a group of men to help you move a heavy object from point A to point B? Number 2, how far can you get them to move it? Because what I need is a piece of granite moved about 15 feet. Cannot gather 4 men to do that. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be hungover that day. Oh, I can't. Football is on. When?
And she makes all these, you know, patronizing voices and stuff. And what do women do when shit like this comes up? I'm just a girl.
Number 1, they don't make men like they used to. Because how come nobody wants to be helpful? Little helpless old me? You want me to pick up the granite slab? Why? You're not being helpful. Number 2, I need to level up. I need to level up. I need to get hotter. I don't feel like a hot woman would have an issue with this at all. She'd have that granite moved. She'd have a kitchen island.
This is not telling of how hot you are. This is telling of how many men you've tried to place in your friend zone.
I mean, how much you've used and abused these men. And like, if you actually friend zoned these men, treated them nicely, was actually somewhat reciprocal in the friendship, I'm sure most of those men would actually come and help.
And it sounds like they all exited without you realizing it. Because if you think that men are going to just give simply and only because you're attractive, and you're literally just sitting there and you're not reciprocating anything back,
This is what feminism has done, Emily. It's just made women literally only care about looks. They think that looks will get them everything. Will get them the perfect man, will keep the perfect man, will give them the perfect life. All they need to do is just look hotter. That's all they seem to think, that they're going to get what they want is by just keep on looking hotter.
They are over that. They would rather have a true friend no matter how attractive you are, because a real friend will reciprocate, or they would rather just have somebody that actually wants to be in a relationship with them. It's that simple. And the bottom line here is that she is expecting men to do these things for her, specifically these 4 men. And then when they don't and they have all these excuses, she kind of shames these excuses. Yep. And then she shames them as men, saying that they used to make men different. Are you kidding me? There's nothing wrong with these men setting boundaries and not just giving all of themselves to people that don't even care about them and expect the world of them. The second video I'm going to show you guys was just posted last week on social media, and a lot of people are talking about it because there is a clear double standard presented in the video, which I will absolutely mention. But the other part that I feel like I have recognized is that this is a result of men leaving the friend zone. Before I say more, let's watch the video.
I'm good. I'm happy. MGTOW. It's good that men are leaving the friend zone. They found that they're worth more than just being used and abused by these women whenever they want.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time.
So you just want to use and abuse your friend and her husband.
And I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
First of all, the fact that this woman has to come online and ask other women for their husband's help, it is because she doesn't have any other men to go to. She doesn't have men sitting in her friend zone in order to ask these things of. True. And that is what women used to do 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago. But this is evidence of men really starting to leave the friend zone because they've realized that they don't need to continue to give when they don't really receive anything back. And True. Not only that, guys, because it's not just about needing anything back, because I think that being a good person in general, you shouldn't have that expectation. Like when you give to somebody, you shouldn't expect something back from them. But the problem is that when you're that good person, which a lot of men are, and they're very capable. So like that's an easy way for them to give to women, is just to be present and to lift that heavy item, move that desk, open that can. Like those are fairly simple tasks to them that they can be there for. And in general, these men don't expect anything back. But the problem today is that men are hearing these things as expectations of women. Correct. They are hearing more of women's attitude towards men. That has been revealed on social media. So many women saying that they would pick the bear.
This is it. This is just like how there's always a group of people that ruins it for the whole pie, right? There's just like the small group of black people that ruin it for most black people, small group of Chinese people that ruin it for all Chinese people, small group of white people that ruin it for all white people, small group of men that ruin it for all men, small group of women that ruin it for all women. But in this case, it's not a small group of women. It is a decent sized group of women that have just been shaming men, doing all these things, and men are just like tired of it. We're not just some emotionless mannequins that just dispense money.
Over running into a man in the woods. Women come on here and they shame men for not being real men because men aren't giving up their seat. They're not opening the door. Like they're not doing these things that are exactly right. So they come on and they talk very poorly of men. Well, what that does over time is that a lot of men get this message that maybe, they should be putting their energy towards the women.
Now we're getting the message that all women, or a good chunk of women, are like this because there's so many women spouting this nonsense.
Women that they are in a relationship with, first of all. And then even if it's not a woman that they're in a relationship with, maybe they shouldn't be just pouring out their energy into women that obviously don't care about them. Women that have stuck those guys in their friend zone that, there's not going to be a relationship out of. Which leads me to the other huge thing that women have revealed on social media, which is that they purposely put men in their friend zone, that they purposely use men Men have been receiving that message
Correct.
along with women, ladies. And because of that, they are being more cautious. They don't want to be that man that is just giving all this stuff to you when...
It's literally just logic. Men are just logically being exposed to women nature, how women truly think of men, how they truly think of the men in their friend zone, and men are just adjusting accordingly because we're logical creatures.
These women are not even appreciating it. And that is like the thing that men need. They need the appreciation. But for men to see women actually almost get away with pretending that they appreciate it, and that's how they are getting these men to keep doing these things.
Emily's not wrong, right? We see the facade of pretending like you're good and all these things, it's breaking. The facade is cracked.
They start learning their ways, and that is what is causing them to know the truth and to pull back a little bit on how much they're giving. The other huge part of this is that husbands are tired, okay? They don't want to be doing additional things for their wife's friends,
right?
Most likely, especially if they didn't sign up for it.
Imagine you coming home one day and then all of a sudden, babe, Janet, she doesn't have a man or anything, but she just bought this new TV. Can you go help her and put that new TV up for her? I would be like, what did you just ask me right now? Oh, hell no. Hell to the... Go help her find a man.
Right. Like if their wife is signing them up for it and then they have to deal with two households, like that's possibly a bit disrespectful. Now it comes with a caveat because some men might get more from this because wives, a lot of times, like if they can get their husband to help a friend out, like the wife is very appreciative.
True. But is that appreciation is also going to be your friend sleeping with me too? Because if it ain't, I ain't doing no husbandly duties for her.
And that is a positive thing in the relationship. That is something that men will absolutely draw off of. Like I can say in my own marriage, I think that if I needed my husband or asked my husband to help a friend out with something, absolutely he would do it. Absolutely. And he would not expect anything. He would not expect a beer or a...
Well, see, that's the thing, Emily. You're a good woman. You probably do great things for him. You reciprocate. Once you're at that level of good womanness and a man already loves you to that point, yeah. Helping your friend out doing a simple task, as long as I'm not tired, I'll handle it. But most women are not like this. Most women are just entitled women like in the videos. Why would we want to do that for them?
A pizza or anything. But I'll tell you what, I would never sign him up for it. I would never say, oh yeah, he can do this. He can be right over tomorrow at 3 p.m. Like I would never do that without checking in with him. And even then.
Good. That's one thing I do hate is when you're voluntoed or volunteered without even knowing.
And I would never expect it. I would just throw it out there and see, if he was potentially able to do it. But I would never expect him to do it. And honestly, if he said, no, or he hesitated at all, I would say absolutely, okay. Nope, she can, get somebody else to do it. You don't need to do it. This is especially important for men that work blue collar jobs because they are already coming home late and exhausted and they really just physically need rest. So they don't want to be standing up and even nailing nails to the wall to hang pictures because that is a draw on their energy and their wife should know that. They should realize that and they should protect their energy. She shouldn't just be...
It's your husband. Why are you expending your own husband, like time and effort to give to someone else? That doesn't make sense. Hoard your own husband. Protect your husband.
Offering his energy out to anybody. As always, guys, I'm interested to know what you guys think about the situation. What would you do? What would be the benchmarks of you wanting to help another woman out versus not? Do you specifically have anyone in your life that you would consider you're in her friend zone and you would continue to do things for? Or have you done that in the past and you kind of, smartened up and you exited yourself? Let me know. I think this is super interesting. Again, I predict that we're going to be seeing more and more videos that are a result of men exiting the friend zone. But for today, that is it. I hope you guys have a great week. And
You know, personally, I've not experienced the friend zone thing much, being used by women in the friend zone, because I never really had women friends. Like, especially because I was married for a long time, I never made women friends, and even now, I don't have women friends. I maybe have coworkers, but I have experience of being voluntold. Like, my ex-wife would volunteer me to help out her friends every so often. But at that time, you know, everything was good. I loved my ex-wife at the time, and you know, so I would gladly help. Right? But now that I look back at it, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a small little task that wasn't really too demanding for me. So I guess it's okay. But it also is the how well your wife treats you is kind of how well you're willing to treat her friends. Kind of makes sense that way, right? Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.